Welcome back to the Arfula case study. In this video, we will have a look at the facts in Arfula that are relevant to conflict classification, before allowing you to classify the conflict using the IHL rules that you learned over the course of our lectures. Turning to the situation in Arfula. In January, tensions start to rise. The majority of people are dissatisfied with the system. The communist regime is causing economic decline and poverty. Arfulians want a more democratic political system and a brighter economic future. They take action through a series of non-violent demonstrations in the capital Xirat. In March, thousands of protesters come together. They have one demand: the resignation of President Pong, followed by democratic elections. The government of Arfula responds with harsh security measures, leading to 100 arrests. Several hundred protesters are injured. In April, the demonstrations and unrest continue. The military of Arfula, the Arfula Military Forces, or AMF, begins carrying out minor military operations to suppress resistance. However, not everyone agrees with this decision. 3 senior military officers, in particular, do not support the policy of the AMF to attack protesters. Only a couple of weeks later, in May, the same senior military officers form an opposition group, which they call the Free Arfula Rebels, or FAR. Their aim is to bring down President Pong's government with armed force if needed. Violent clashes start to occur between the AMF and the FAR in and around the capital Xirat in June. By August, these struggles between the AMF and FAR intensify and spread to the Digaji district in the east. The armed violence results into the killing of 150 people. A military hospital, school and parliament building collapse. Meanwhile, the FAR recruits new members and increases its arsenal of weapons, and in October it takes control of the Digaji district. By December, the FAR starts to receive active support from a neighboring country, Banula, which views Pong's regime as a threat to its economic interest and national security. The anti-communist government of Banula supplies funds and military equipment, such as tanks and fighter jets, as well as coordinated training programs to the FAR. It also provides intelligence and targets lists to the FAR to help the latter carry out their military activities in a more organized manner. Banula even allows the FAR to establish its headquarters on Banulian territory, 10 km away from the Arfulian border. This allows the fighters of the FAR to retreat from Arfula into a safety corridor in order to gather new strength before returning to fight the AMF. From the beginning of Banula's involvement in the conflict, the hostilities in Arfula become increasingly severe. Many people lose family members, their belongings, and in some cases even their lives. At this point, a democratic political system and a brighter economic future for the Arfulians seems to be no more than a distant reality.